So this one's going to be very interesting. I got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. Right now, I have a chart. This is the weekly Ethereum chart. Now, I'm going to start with this one because I have to like get clarity on one thing first, where I think we're at in the chart globally, like where we're at. So let's just take a step back and let's really figure this out. So this is our all-time high here, right? This is all-time high. And let me see if I can write this in. I'm gonna put ATF, all-time. Looks better like that. ATH. And I want this to be white. Yes. Okay. No. Oh my God. And I want a white border for all-time high. Okay, cool. Okay, so all-time high. You have all-time high, and man, why? These lines are just a little too thick. Let's make this thinner and make it almost unseeable. It's distracting me when I'm trying to show you. Okay. Cool. Now I can see. So, right. So we have all-time high. And this is where I think the market low is. Right? Now, we're going to zoom in onto the market low. That's my, like, this just. And I'm going to. The reason why I feel that way is because right here. If you look at the RSI, we're really low. And the only other time that we get that low was right here at the bottom of the last bear cycle. So this was our all-time high. This was our bear cycle. This is a dead cat bounce, yada. This is where we were at for the all-time low of the RSI. So, using that metric, I could assume that this has a strong possibility for being our market low. Now, people are claiming, everybody's claiming all this crazy stuff that we're going to, and it has validity. The Fed doing stuff has validity. All this stuff has validity. But I'm not, if you ignore all the information, you ignore everything, and you just look at the numbers, right here we have a really low RSI, and the only other time that we dipped our head underneath here is when we were here. And this is an $80, well, it's a weekly, so it's a show 150, but it's still essentially right here. We're at a $80 Ethereum. And that's when we poked our head down here this time. And this is before our cycle. And then what I saw, or what I see, is this is your trend reversal. This pattern right here is your trend reversal. And so we have a trend reversal, and then we have a sell-off, and that's where I think we're at. Now, this one, I guess we could keep it in the weekly just to give you some sense. But I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's look at these two numbers, right? We have this number and this number, 27%. Now, let's go see if I can mirror this where we're at today. %. Now, the reason why I'm thinking that we are going to reverse from here is based off of this weekly RSI and this distance from the low. So this distance from the low, so this pattern is normal from if we're comparing it to 2017. When I say normal, I mean like it's showing I traded off of it. So it worked. It was a pattern that worked, and I'm using numbers and I'm not using speculation. And this number worked for me. And here we go again. Boom. Do I assume that we're going to do this? Now this is up for debate. What the pattern is going to turn to. But look at our distance between the 50. What is that distance? This is, look at that percentage wise. From the 50 to the 9, we're at 64% difference. Okay, let's go. Let's go bring this over here and let's go attack this. Jesus Christ. 41%. This number might be skewed off. But ultimately, what you see, because the 200 is not showing here, so I can't really use the 200. But if I'm just using the 50 and the 9, because we just don't have the data, there's just not enough weeks to be able to fulfill this line. So if I'm just using the data here, once we hit the market bottom, we have our weekly is going to eventually test back up into the 50. And I believe that. I believe that's what's going to happen over here, is that we're going to have the same scenario. I don't think that we have a double bottom. But I'm not saying that it's not possible, because that would be misleading. It's definitely possible to have a double bottom, for sure. I wish this would give me time. But we're definitely in a situation where we could definitely hit a double bottom. But I see us going back up and testing this 50. I think that's our first move that we get from the market bottom. Now, we're in formation, and I'll show you here. Okay. So this is a triangle that I can't identify. And all the triangle patterns that I'm looking at here, let me see if I can move around. So this flat triangle, if I look at it, I definitely read it as more flat than I don't. I read it just like this. It's a flat triangle formation. So I see this, what is it? The flat triangle formation. So, but this one's an ascending triangle, which I feel like that's happening, but it's this way it says it's continuation. So we're not, this is an ascending triangle, but it's not a continuation. So I feel like this is a ascending triangle that breaks north. That's coming as a reversal. I feel like this is the reversal pattern for ascending. And this is the daily. We went from the weekly to the daily. Now, let me bring up the current chart. As I see from a bullish scenario, we would reverse from here and we would go and we would test the 50. I drew these lines in to show you this is a price line and this is the 50 MA. Like if I made it like this, I'll make it really faint. And this is just a guesstimation. So I'm guessing the continuation of this. I'm just taking this angle and I'm just continuing it. And over here, I'm like, what if price goes sideways and we just stay in a channel? That I could see that happening. If we don't have information, like if nothing comes of this and we just move sideways, then I think we break south. I think that would break us south. If we just went sideways, we break south and we go for a lower low. The data my bullish scenario is let me get rid of this. My bullish scenario would be we print out and we test the 50. If we test the 50 strong, I would say that it's a bullish scenario. Does it really memorize my, let me see. If we test the 50 strong here, then I could see a breakout. I could see a breakout based off of the fact, oh my God. Now I'm never going to be able to find that to correct it. I could see a breakout of the 50. And we need that. I would say that that's healthy. Like right here is a breakout from the 50. Oh no, it's not. This is the 50. We don't have that. Right here is the breakout. So this is when we dip down super low. And this one we went into a rectangular formation and we broke out that rectangle north. Now that rectangle could have broke north or south. Because of pressure, because of bright pressure, we went in there. I'm on the tip of my toes. You got to be able to, you have to figure out what your trading style is going to be so that you can be on the tip of your toes as well. If we go sideways, I'm going to look for downward pressure and another buy-in lower. If we test 1245, I feel like I have to make another buy here at 1245 again. I have to. It would be like a really good buy. These are I have a buy in here, I have a buy in here, and I have a buy in here. And these are all for possible reversal patterns. I'm not trying to time bottoms. I'm just making sure that I make my buys are in reversal scenarios. Like if we were to reverse from here, I would be able to, make a sell here. And I'm okay. I'm patient. This to me is not a race and who makes the most money. I can't be that risky. Like I have my risk tolerances that's not that high. So again, to revamp, I believe this is the market low at 880. We are 20% from that, which is perfect for a reversal based off of this scenario here in 2017. So if I take this scenario of the 27% right here, if I take this scenario, we have a continuation north. And I'm thinking that we've just made that market move and we are now lined up here. So that's my short end to this, and this is how I wanted to put out this video today. I thought about it a lot, and this is how I feel about it. See you guys later. My Linktree got some documents. You can find my YouTube channel as well. And if from YouTube people, you can find my Twitter.